Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. We're an educational company here at Pro Trader Strategies. What we're trying to do is help you guys with the markets, and then based on that, we're going to talk about some option strategies. So if you're new to these videos, please smash that like button so we can get some great feedback from you folks in the comments section. Please reach out to me at any time during these videos. And finally, if you're new to this, please hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom, because what we're trying to do here is educate you folks, and you'll get notifications if you do that. So in this video, we're going to talk about the economic data, some geopolitical environments, how that's all impacting the markets with some of my market analysis, and then we'll talk about some of my option strategies. My option strategies, I'm Eric Wilkinson, and you very well may recognize me as the Wolfman from mainstream media. And what we're going to do is get on with the economic data right away. Well, actually, it's a Monday, so there's not a whole lot of economic data, but this week is jam-packed full of good stuff. We have all kinds of Fed governors speaking. As a matter of fact, we even have the ECB president speaking right now. It's Lagarde. He's speaking later on this week. And then all the FOMC members, I think, are speaking this week. We've got Williams speaking today. We've got Powell testifying in front of the House tomorrow, and a couple other Fed governors later on this week. And now remember, on Wednesday, we get the flash estimates for the PMI numbers. Now, those are the forward-looking numbers I really like to look at, because it gives us a great gauge as to what these manufacturers are seeing from the consumer in regards to demand. Because remember, they see the demand coming in, and they set up their purchasing cycles for that demand to try and reach that demand there. All right, so a couple of other things that are going on today. I mentioned that Powell is speaking today. We are seeing the highest inflation since 2008. Actually, Powell's speaking tomorrow, not today. And something that was coming out of these Fed governors is they were a little bit more hawkish than what I was even considering. Some of these doves, which means that they are going to hold back on inflation, whereas hawkish, they're very concerned about inflation. We were seeing a Fed that wasn't very concerned about inflation, thinking it was transitory. Now all of a sudden, they're getting a little bit nervous here. We are seeing the commodity sector. Last week, we saw gold. We talked about that extensively, but we were also seeing the grains, lumber, everything dollar denominated, really showing some weakness. That is part of that transitory nature that we're talking about. If we see these prices of commodities coming back off, that will signal that it is very transitory. But gold continues to show some weakness, while this commodity here is crude oil. And crude oil is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get there we go. We got the screen shared. Crude oil moving higher today. It's not bucking any commodity trend at all. It is just falling out of, or it is not falling out of bed like the rest of them. Sorry, a little bit scrambled today. Bonds are coming off. Again, more hawkish means that they would be thinking interest rates might start rising sooner. If they are more hawkish, that means that we should see price of the bonds start to fall off a little bit here. All right. That means that interest rates are starting to move a little bit higher. Bitcoin seeing some weakness here across the board. We're seeing weakness in the cryptocurrencies there. Gold starting to make a little bit of a move to the upside. But again, we talked about this on Friday. It was getting extended to the downside outside of the value area. That is an opportunity to take advantage of a momentum shift, a swing trade to the upside. And if we're looking at this right now, it is looking like a very nice confirmation of a bottom here at the bottom of a big move to the downside. So I'm going to be looking at adding some GLD, GDXJ, some of the junior gold miners, or GLD. Some of those I'm going to be looking for some setups in order to take advantage of what I think is looking like a bounce in the precious metals here. And then we go over to the VIX. VIX is coming off. This morning, we were seeing the markets just falling out of bed is what it felt like. NASDAQ is the weakest of the equities across the board. We're seeing tech sector really struggle, while we're seeing some of this reopen trade. Remember, it's Christmas in July coming up. Well, Christmas in July really is for some of these retailers that are in more the home improvement, if you will, or the gardening. So Lowe's, Home Depot, even Target and Walmart are going to benefit from some of this. So this next earnings cycle, look for those names to do very well. If they haven't done very well during this Christmas in July season for these types of retailers, then that is going to be a red flag for us to keep an eye out for that retail sector. So they are doing very well. Autos are doing very well, moving higher today. The weakest sector, like I mentioned, tech was actually down for the most part earlier this morning. With this bounce that we're seeing, the strength across the board in equities just basically engulfing Friday's bearish move, where we saw the Dow really show some weakness. I talked about this. The risk was to the downside on Friday throughout the day, and that's what we saw, the weakness right into the close as that rush to the Hamptons wasn't able to support the markets. We talk about that on Fridays, that we'll see that volume really kind of dry up, especially in these summers, and that's what we saw. Today, just some strength in the markets, especially in these blue chips. Like I said, auto's doing very well. Energy is doing very well. Tech was the weak one. Retail on the upside, and a couple of the other things. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention for you DoorDash fans. DoorDash came out with an agreement. They've come up and they are going to deliver from Albertsons your groceries in less than an hour. Now, Albertsons, for you folks that are out on the East Coast, may not think that this is a very big company, but it is owned by Cerberus, and they also own other names like Safeway, CVS. So they're getting their foot in the door here, folks, with this major food store chain, and we are going to see these guys start opening the bottle for this type of, we've already seen some other ones with Peapods and stuff like that, but DoorDash, this is a big move here. And they're also looking to get into the pet store sector, if you will, or pet deliveries. All right, E-mini S&Ps up and over 1.5% earlier today, just slightly off of that. And we can see that the market just unabated almost to the upside, maybe a little bit of consolidation coming into the day session. There wasn't any economic data to look for really here, but just strength even into the day. No attempt to flush those guys out. That is very bullish. I would say, even though we are up over 1% in most of the equities, being the Dow and the E-mini S&Ps, the NASDAQ only up about 0.5% right now. The risk to the equities is to the upside across the board in my eyes. Now, what have I done? Well, we're looking at XOP, and this is part of that energy sector making a move to the upside. I talked about it. Marathon Oil, like Devon Energy, ConocoPhillips, MRO is making great chart patterns here, folks, for a bullish move. Did it cover that gap? It was pretty darn close, folks. I'm going to call it as it is a bullish move here at this point. CO risk to the upside, we'll say. ConocoPhillips, similar situation. Don't they look the same there? And then I think Devon Energy, if you are involved in that, we've seen a bit of a correction there, covered that gap, bullish move to the upside. All of these chart patterns are very bullish here, above the 50-day simple moving average. So if you're looking for swing type trades, these are the types of setups that we are looking for in a swing trade. So, almost like you would write about right there is a bullish type of move for this underlying, or a bullish setup there. And, Cummings, just to get into the auto sector, we can see that chart setup is very similar as well. So a lot of opportunities out there. The things that I've done today was in SPY. Now, you guys have been playing along with this with the swing trade webinars that we've been doing. I've been setting these trades up based on swing trades. And yesterday we got a move to that downside, touch that trend channel that lines up with 2018, folks. So it is a long-term trend line there. Bounced on that, getting a confirmation now to the upside. So I decided to go in there and look for new all-time highs in SPY. So I decided to go into the September. I want to limit that theta decay, and volatility is coming out, but it is extreme low levels. So I went in at as low volatility. Yes, it could come out a little bit. I want to limit some of my theta decay, but I ultimately would expect some volatility to hold on here at these extreme low levels. So I decided to go into, like I said, the September, limit that theta decay, and bought the 426 calls in there. That would be a new all-time high. If I go up there and test my strike, that's going to be perfect for me. And I paid $9 and I think it was 8 cents for that on those September calls. Sorry, looking at the wrong one. $9.03 for that. So added some positive deltas to my overall portfolio, which was pretty neutral. I wanted to get some positive deltas in there. A couple of other things that I'm working on getting out of in, sorry, it's not showing up because I got my thing marked up there. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of that so I can take over. All right, Toyota Motors making a bit of a bounce here to the upside. And if you guys remember, I had sold some calls in there at 195 strike. All right, so $10 higher than the all-time high there. I'm just waiting for theta decay and hopefully some volatility to come out of these short calls that I have on. So right now it's trading around 60 cents. I'm trying to work a bid for 25 cents to get out of this. Again, yes, it is making a move to the upside, but I did short calls looking for that theta decay. I got a lot of things working in my favor, despite the fact that this market's moving against me here. And then the other one is in SPY, and I talked about that one there. So those are the two trades that I've done today. XOP, like I said, looking to get out of this trade as well. It is a working order that hasn't been executed right now. So, and finally, DraftKings. That's not right. DraftKings is DKNG. Sorry, trying to DraftKings movement to the upside. I had sold some puts in here, so that's working out nicely. Again, I'm trying to get out of my July 40 puts that I sold for 25 cents. Right now, it's trading around 45 cents, so about 20 cents away on those. So a couple working orders, added only the SPY to my portfolio, but looking to take off Toyota Motors, DraftKings, and XOP. I also have XLE in my IRA that I'm going to be keeping an eye on it as well, which is part of that energy sector that is making some moves to the upside. That's about it, folks. Like I said, if you're new to here, please hit that subscribe button because then you'll get notifications when we're hitting these live. I'm trying to do the daily market commentaries at 11:30 Eastern, and then the webinars are at 4:15. So mark your calendars for that, or just go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you guys know when we're going to be doing these. And finally, over there at the comments section, please comment. I'll circle back around, folks. Make sure you're clear of concept. So if you have anything you want to talk about over there, please throw it in the comments section. I'm going to be, like I said, making sure everybody is clear of concept with these videos. And finally, smash that or take that. Bye for now and take it easy.